through a long fight.
Looks like he's trying to get that Bloodthirster now in that build. Impact actually not being able to stand toe-to-toe now. We talked about how it's not tank stats for Riven. Kind of going to work against him in that fight.
Yeah, Rift Herald fell off, and he's probably going to get Impact's ultimate if he continues dueling like this, and then just lifesteal off the next wave, because it's a Ravenous Hydra versus Titanic Hydra right now.
Yeah.
And while Trundle does heal with dead creeps, just not as much as what he was able to heal up with on the Ravenous.
Taking away a lot of...
Oh, and they can take this so quickly. Woo, Cloud9's not quite in position.
Meteos is going to want to go around the side. It's actually pulled up. He may have range to get in and just kind of poke a smite in there, but he's giving it so much room. They're not even going to try. They see Booty up top. They give him so much respect.
He's going!
Jensen's going in! Oh, he actually gets in. Meteos with the smite down on Elder. He stops the 4 elementals from being huge for Immortals and the rest. Immortals Huni trying to get onto Sneaky, but they can't even control the fight now. It's just made Cloud9 too strong, and Cloud9 backs up with full members.
Meteos is back in the LCS right now, and he steals the all-important Elder Dragon from Reignover. That probably would have been the game over for Immortals right there, but instead, Cloud9 get this buff. It's not a very strong one because they have no elemental drakes to stack up on with it, but it prevents it from going over to Immortals and keeps them in this game.
So huge. He even goofed me on it. I was like, oh, he's too far away. So I started watching the fight, and then he comes flying over the wall. Absolutely amazing, especially when he can catch the casters off guard. Coming up on 40 minutes, we'll see how this one happens again.
Yeah, essentially Immortals cut off the river, but Meteos was able to walk up and flash over the back wall. Smites immediately, doesn't even combo with much other damage. And then the fight is a little bit dangerous for Immortals, right? Because they all teleport in. Sneaky doesn't quite get bursted out, but technically the combat stats for Cloud9 are higher in this fight because they have the 45 damage, true damage burn on hits. Very minimal compared to what Immortals would have been, but now they still have the buff and are taking advantage.
What a pillar! Pops him up back over the wall, could not get fully through his tunnel. That's some Groundhog Day action there.
It's pretty nice.
I should say Caddyshack, rather. Getting in. Looks like Reignover's going to be perfectly fine for if he takes the damage there. He's a big boy right now. So I wasn't too worried about the effect before. Just looked cool from Impact. He's been doing quite a few things to make himself a name here now on the Cloud9 team.
Yeah, the overall damage from Cloud9 in fights is still much lower. Sandra's a very burst-heavy champion. Ashe, you could even think from DPS perspective, might be close, even though it's 3 items to 4.5. But they do still have a bit of the buff. What the heck is going on with his size? Here they go.
Able to get Reignover. Impact was quite big, but the Chaos Storm coming out of Pobelter gives him the double kill. Looking for Meteos on the triple. Reignover's actually going to go down in this fight as Huni tries to take down Impact. That'll be shortly done. And now they're going to try and close in on Jensen. He will not take down Wild Turtle alone. And they look to clean up Cloud9 in a complete ace. Upwards of 60 seconds on the starting death timers. And Immortals have the map to themselves.
A potentially anticlimactic end to this game right there. Sneaky just gets completely obliterated by Pobelter from around a corner. 20 seconds on his death timer might not be enough to end the game, but the rest of his team is on pretty long death timers too.
Especially with the 2 mountains coming up, Ashe and still in range, they definitely have these turrets.
Yeah, they kill the turrets very, very quickly, but Sneaky will be up in 8 seconds, so it's smart for Immortals to just back away after this one and turn for Baron. So we'll get to see that fight again, and Cloud9 will live to fight another, at least few minutes, as well as Immortals.
Hopefully it doesn't end like that for them. Once again, say the fans. And we'll see if they can keep each other safe. They have a lot that can help Sneaky stay safe. It just wasn't in range to get him to that safety. And like you said, Baron will go down. Meteos won't get a miraculous attempt this time. He's still in the chamber. So he comes back up. Cloud9's back on the board. Anyway, we'll see this fight again.
Super competitive series so far. Impact gets the ults onto Reignover. Steals as much of his resistance as possible. They're trying to burst him, but then Sneaky just like, he tries to capitalize on the Gragas ultimate on a Wild Turtle, but just walks right into Victor.
Could have gone over the wall there in red.
Probably could have gone over the wall to avoid the burst. The first death of the game from Sneaky comes from a rather big misposition. He was trying to go all in onto the enemy AD carry, but once that happened, even though Jensen came in at the end with some burst, it's just the majority of their damage comes from the Lucian.
You get 1 Arcane Shift or Relentless Pursuit per season, right? One's forward, the rest are out. The rest are in a advantageous position. There's